So good evening. Thank you for coming. Welcome to this Wayland Library virtual event. Tonight we're excited to have Nancy Wind here to lead us in a session of chair yoga. In 2015, Nancy founded Peaks and Poses Trail Yoga, which combines her love for yoga and the outdoors. And she's excited to help others experience a life of connectivity, balance, and flow through her teaching, coaching, and yoga instruction. So thank you again to Nancy for being here. Just a couple housekeeping notes. We're recording this session for broadcast on Waycam, our local cable access channel. So you'll be able to see it again on Waycam on TV, as well as through the library and Waycam's YouTube pages if you want to repeat the session. And then during her presentation, during the session, I recommend you switch to speaker view. I think that should just show you Nancy on the big screen. And at the end, we'll stop the recording and we can stick around for just a few minutes if anyone has any questions. So I think we will hand it, if I could ask everyone to mute actually, and then we'll hand it over to Nancy. Thank you, Nancy.
Great, thank you so much, Courtney. Thank you for having me once again.
Nancy, I muted you. I'm so sorry. I meant to unmute myself and I muted you.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Better, and now I will mute myself. Go ahead. So sorry.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, thank you so much, Courtney, for inviting me back for some yoga. And for those of you who are new to me, I am Nancy Wind. I am a health and lifestyle coach. And I also founded Peaks and Poses Trail Yoga and Outdoor Adventure, like Courtney said, in 2015. I teach locally at Roots and Wings, so if you like this practice and you ever want to join me, my class is right now virtually through Zoom. But I had been practicing and teaching yoga for almost 20 years, and I broke the barriers and decided that I needed to take yoga outside. And that's when the conception of Peaks and Poses began. And I do lead people out on local hikes and hikes up in New Hampshire. And before the pandemic, we were traveling to Colorado and had some plans for Glacier. But you can find out a little bit more about me on peaksandposes.com, which is my website. And I'm excited for tonight for chair yoga because it's not a type of yoga that I teach or practice often. I do have a YouTube channel and I have some chair yoga practices on there. So that's another resource for you. And I've really enjoyed creating the practice. And I'm gonna scroll through. Can you just show me, is there anybody brand new to yoga? Maybe even just raise your hand. Or some of you are on video or video is off. Pauline, brand new? Awesome, well, welcome. And I'm just so glad that you're all here because it's really wonderful to bring people together in community. I reside right now in Hopkinton, but I was a resident of Wayland for over 22 years where I raised my children. So my heart, I think, may still be in Wayland, slowly transitioning to living into a new place. But it's wonderful. Yoga is a wonderful opportunity to bring people together for sort of a common purpose. And it all starts with oneself, and to be able to connect with your own self through breath and through awareness. And once we can really start to connect and begin to understand and connect our mind and body together, we can engage in our world sometimes in a whole new way. Yoga has a little bit of a magic to it because we practice mindfulness and breath awareness, that there's often things that go on internally and deep inside our own system that sometimes we're really not conscious of it. And so for anybody practicing tonight, sometimes I wouldn't be surprised. I know it's happened to me often where I'll just start to cry. And it just can help release some emotions. And I was just saying to Courtney, I mean, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to come together tonight, the beginning of the year, January, the dead of winter, and with all that's going on around us. It's a wonderful tool that we can all have in our toolbox to help with, again, connecting to self, to breath awareness, to mindfulness, and to build community. So we're going to practice for about 40 minutes. And I will lead us at the very end in just a seated shavasana, which is the last pose of a practice where we just sit and breathe quietly. Typically we're lying down, we're just going to be sitting in our chair. And then if you like, Courtney and I can stay on for another 5 minutes or so to answer maybe any questions that you may have. All right. So to begin with, you're just going to find a comfortable place on your chair. It would be best if hopefully your feet are rooting down onto the earth, right? And just kind of wiggle your bum around a little bit so you can find some comfort on your chair. And I want you to just rest your hands, palms facing down comfortably on your lap. And just close your eyes here. And just find the soles of your feet. Lift your toes. Give your toes a nice stretch. And just one by one, laying them down onto the earth. And I'd like for you to feel the four corners of the soles of your feet. So imagine your feet are like a rectangle. And I want you to just find those corners and ground yourself down onto the earth. And then I'm going to take your attention to the top of your head. That's the crown of your head. And imagine you've got a string just attached to that place. And you're going to give that string just a little bit of a lift up towards the light, up towards the sky and the light source, the sun, the moon, the stars. And just feel some length through your spine. So you've grown just a little bit taller. And then on an inhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. And then as you exhale, open up your mouth and let the shoulders go. Try that again. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. And exhale, let them go through the mouth. And then just one more, just like inhale, lifting the shoulders up. And exhale to let them go. And then just notice your breath coming in. Seeing if you can extend an inhale to the count of 4. And exhale through your mouth to the count of 4. Inhale again through your nose. And then open your mouth and let the breath out. Inhale again for 4. And let the breath out for 4. And we're just going to work on lengthening your breath to the count of 6. So inhale for 4. We're going to slow the breath down for 6. Really trying to emptying out your lungs. The end of your exhale. Inhale again for 4. You may not be carrying my count. Let's see if you can carry your own. We're inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 6. So just take a few cycles on your own breath, just allowing yourself to connect to the breath coming in and out, and putting a little bit more effort, or a little bit more attention, I should say, on the exhale. It's our exhale that goes right back into our central nervous system, and it nurtures our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of the brain that helps you calm down and that brings you into ease So inhale again, fill your body with breath. And as you exhale, just feel yourself softening or letting go. And then we're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, take your right ear down towards your right shoulder. We're opening up the left side of our neck. And see if you can take your left shoulder and draw it down towards your left hip. So just increasing that space along the left side of your neck. Breathing in and breathing out. On your next inhale, slowly bring your head back to center. And as you exhale, take your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Taking your right shoulder blade down towards your right hip. Lengthening out the right side of your neck. And breathing into your neck, to the top of your shoulder, maybe to that place where the shoulder and neck meet. So many of us hold our tension in our head, our neck, and our shoulders. We're just taking some time, taking some attention to those places. On your next inhale, slowly bring your head back to center. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin. Bring your chin down towards your chest, opening up the back of your neck. Breathing in nice and slow. Breathing out nice and slow. Inhale again. Exhale. On your next inhale, slowly bring your chin back on up. And then as you exhale, bring your chin up towards the sky. Just open through the front of your neck. Lifting your heart up towards the sky. Easy on your neck though. You want to really just bring yourself just to the edge is what we call it in yoga. It's just where you might feel the sensation, but you're not in any pain. There's never any force in yoga. We just use our breath, sending it through, internally through our body. Just allow ourselves to open up some pathways. And on your next inhale, bring your head back to center. And exhale, open up your eyes. On your next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead. As you exhale, interlace your fingers. Reverse your palms. So your palms are reaching up towards the sky. Feel some length through your arms, your armpits, your side body. Finding your hips reaching down towards the earth. Finding your sits bones reaching down onto the chair. On your next inhale, maybe lift a little higher. And then as you exhale, we'll fold over to the left. Sending the right ribs away, but breathing into your right rib cage. Finding all those little spaces in between your ribs. We've got a set of muscles in there, so breathe in there, nurture them. Inhale again, come back to center, reach up tall. Exhale, we'll take it over to the other side. Making sure that both sides of your chest reach up towards the sky. Side bending here. Keeping your left hip rooting down, and now breathing into the left side of the ribs. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then inhale, we'll come back to center. Exhale, bring your palms to your heart center. Just allow your thumbs to rest on your sternum. Just again, closing your eyes for a moment. Just feeling the sensations inside your body. Feeling all of the love that your breath has brought inside of you. And just take a moment to show gratitude to yourself. Gratitude for being here. Gratitude for doing something extremely positive and healthy for your mind, for your body, for your emotions. It's so important to be thankful and show thanks to yourself. Sometimes it's easier to be thankful to somebody else than oneself, but right now, this is for you. And we're going to slowly open up our eyes. We're going to bring our palms onto our thighs. You stay right where you are. I'm just going to turn around a little bit. We're going to take, if you're familiar with a yoga practice, we're going to take some cat-cows. So on an inhale, think about arching your spine and then lifting your heart up to the sky, lifting your chin up. And then as you exhale, start to round your spine. And then your chin comes to chest. So it's like you're taking your shoulder blades and you're pushing them away from your heart. And then inhale, we reverse that flow, arching the spine. And then exhale to reverse and round the spine. Inhale again, coming into a seated cow. Exhale, rounding, coming into a seated cat. And from here, just take a few more of these cycles on your own breath. Nurturing your spine, creating some space in between the vertebrae. And just guiding your spine through this wave-like motion. Start with your breath. And we'll take one more complete cycle. Finishing off our cat-cows. And then we'll just come back into a neutral pose. So we're just seated here on our chair. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Take a look up as your palms touch. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Left hand may come behind you, maybe on the chair. Right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale, grow a little taller through your spine. And then exhale, just slowly continuing to twist your spine. Again, just checking in with yourself, noticing the sensations that you feel, making sure that you're not in any pain. If you are, just come out of the pose till you feel comfort. And then from here, let's just take our chin and bring it towards our left shoulder. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. And then exhale, just rinsing it out, going a little deeper. See if you can even take your eyes into the corners of their sockets, giving our eye muscles a little stretch. Inhale, we'll return to center. Reach the arms up. You can look up. And then exhale, we'll take it over to the other side. Maybe right hand to the back of your chair, left hand to the outside of your right thigh. On an inhale, sit up nice and tall, grow your spine. It's on the exhale when we do some little twisting and rinsing. On each inhale, you can lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, you can twist. Bringing that chin over towards your right shoulder. Taking the eyes into the corners, giving them a little stretch. One more inhale here. Exhale. And inhale, return to center. Reach the arms up. Palms can touch. And then exhale, bring them into your heart center. So we're going to open up our feet about hip distance. And then inhale the sun breath. Reach it up. Now as you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold yourself in half. See if you can fit in between your legs. Fingertips reaching down towards the earth. They may touch, they may not. That's okay. See if you can bring your palms to your shins. And as you inhale, lift your torso. Bring some length through your torso. And then exhale again. Bow over your legs. Palms again, come to your shins as you inhale. You lift your torso, just bring some greater length. Chin stays tucked. And then exhale, you can bow over your strong legs. Now tuck your chin and very slowly, see if you can draw your belly button to spine and start to roll yourself on up. Just nice and slow, stacking one vertebra on top of the next. Head and neck would be last to come up. Inhale again, a big sun breath. Now as you exhale, see if you can bring your arms behind you. I'm not sure what kind of chair you're on. Can you find your fingers behind you? Can you interlace your fingers behind you? If not, maybe just hold on to the back of your chair. We're just trying to broaden across our chest, broaden across our shoulders here. If you're comfortable and you can and you want to lift your chin up, again, opening up the front of your throat. Finding the soles of your feet to root down. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then slowly, let's bring ourselves back on up. Hands come down by your side. Inhale a breath, a sun breath, sweep it up. Now as you exhale, bring your right fingertips down towards your left toes, maybe your left shin, maybe your left calf. A little spinal twist here. And then inhale, we'll come back on up to center, reach up tall. And as you exhale, left fingertips to the top of the right foot, to your shin, whatever part of that right leg you can reach. We'll take that one more time. Inhale, sweep both arms up. And exhale, little twist. Fingertips to toes. Inhale again, we come up, seated, arms up, look up, and exhale, left fingertips to the right toes. And then inhale again, sweep everything up, and exhale, palms come to your heart center. All right, so for here, we're going to keep your right foot connected to the earth and lift your left leg. And just see if you can bring your left knee in towards your chest. If you want, you can hold underneath your leg as well. Otherwise, you can interlace your fingers right here. This is a knee to chest pose. And let's just rotate the ankle around in one direction. Sometimes this is the best part of yoga. We stand on our feet all day. Our feet carry us everywhere. Let's go the other direction. And they often get neglected. We put them in shoes and say goodbye to them for the day. Most of us, not all. Barefoot is the best. And then we'll bring our foot back to center. Now we are going to interlace our fingers underneath your left hamstring. And then just see if you can lengthen out your left leg. Support yourself here and just point and flex your toe. Yeah, we're just bringing some awareness into our feet, into our ankle, and moving some of our smaller joints. All right, let's lay that left leg down. And then we're going to bring the right knee up towards your chest. So see if you can bring your knee up to meet you as opposed to reaching down. So it may not get as far as your mind or your ego would like it to be, but that's okay. Part of yoga is just accepting ourselves for who we are today as we show up in our practice, Let's rotate our ankle around in one direction. And then the other. And then we'll bring that foot back to stillness. Then we're going to interlace our fingers underneath our right thigh. And then we're going to stretch that leg out, right, to your degree. Supporting yourself here the best you can, and then just point and flex your toe. Just staying here. Part of yoga is just bringing that awareness here. And then we're going to lay that right foot down. Now we're going to take an eagle pose while we're seated. This is typically a balance pose, so we're going to balance on the chair. You're going to take your left leg, cross it over your right. Maybe you can get that foot behind your calf. We're going to bring the arms up, and you're going to take your left arm underneath your right and wrap your forearms around. And here's some options. Your palms may be touched. If not, that's okay. Bring your palms to the tops of your shoulders, right? So you kind of check in with your shoulders, your neck. See if you can draw your elbows away from you. And as you lift your arms up a little bit, see if you can squeeze your inner thighs around one another. So they just kind of wrap around one another. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, just turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then inhale, bring your head back to center. As you exhale, turn your chin to your right shoulder. Feel that broadening across your upper back. Remember to squeeze the legs, draw the elbows away. Take a breath in. Exhale. And then we'll return to center. We're going to uncurl the arms, uncurl the legs, reach the arms up, interlace your fingers above you, release your pointer fingers, and then inhale, grow tall again. As you exhale, we'll fold to the right this time. And then inhale back to center. And as you exhale, we'll take it over to the other side. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, palms come into our heart space. We'll take eagle on the other side. Now you're going to take your right leg and cross it over your left. You may notice a difference already from one side to the other, and that is okay, right? That's the practice of acceptance of who we are. Let's reach our arms up without any judgment. We practice yoga. Take your right arm underneath your left, wrap it around, and again, see if your palms can meet. They may or they may not. Otherwise, your palms can rest on your shoulder blades, on tops of your shoulders. Draw your elbows away the best you can. If you can, give them a lift. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your right chin towards your chin towards your right shoulder. You didn't know you had a right chin. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, bring your chin back to center. And then as you exhale, take it over to the left. Take a breath in. Exhale. Slowly release. Bring your head back to center. Uncurl your legs. Reach your arms up. Once again, a big sun breath. Gather up all these good things. And as you exhale, bring them into your heart. So from here, we're going to practice a goddess pose. So you're going to start to open up your legs. So your heels are in. Your toes are out. Let's see if you can see. Ah, much better. And you're opening up your inner thighs. You're opening up your knees out towards the edges of your mat. You can bring your arms out to shoulder height, and then a nice soft bend in your elbows, palms facing forward, fingers spread wide, but just lightly, just kind of move your fingers around. Sometimes we even just carry our stress in our fingers, so you want them relaxed. And then just imagine that you take your hands and you gently guide your inner thighs open. Draw your belly button in. Lift the corners of your mouth. Breathe in as we open up our front body. Breathing out as we open up our back body. One more inhale here. Exhale. And then we're going to release. Start to heel toe your feet in towards one another. And then we are going to straddle our chair, and we're going to set ourselves up for a warrior two. So I suggest we'll start with the left foot forward. So you're going to have to come up off your chair and sort of finagle yourself a little bit. But I want you to think about a nice bend in your left knee. Do the best you can to stack that left knee on top of your left ankle. You're really opening again through your inner thighs, through your groin, and see if your back foot can anchor itself down onto the earth. And just kind of adjust yourself here. Do the best you can. Your hips are moving more towards the side. I'm going to open the arms front and back. I'd say if this is really challenging for you, then keep your feet together and then just open your arms and then shift your arms over towards your left fingers. Your arms stay at shoulder height. Drawing your belly in. And a nice soft gaze. So once the eyes are settled on one spot, it's another tool that really helps to calm the mind. See if you can drop the back palm and then flip the front. And then inhale, reach this left arm up and over. And then as you exhale, slowly turn your head toward your right toes. A nice deep breath in here. Exhale. And then slowly we're going to come back to our warrior two. And then we're going to bring the hands down. We're going to lift ourselves on up. And we're going to come back into our goddess pose. So we opened up our inner thighs, our knees. If you want to come up onto the edge of your chair, feel free to do so. And our heels are in, our toes are out. We're going to open up the arms once again, shoulder height, a nice soft bend in the elbows, palms facing forward. You want to close your eyes here, sort of feel this openness through your lower body, feeling your front body open, your back body open. Feel your breath coming in and feel your breath coming out. If your eyes are closed, we'll open them up. Reach the arms up, and then we'll bring them down onto our lap, and then you can bring your feet in. We're going to take our warrior two over to the other side. So our right foot is going to be out in front. We're going to have a bend in our right knee. Again, do what you have to do to sort of maneuver yourself or your chair. And it might feel very different on this side than the other. often happens, we have some asymmetry in our body. So do the best you can. If you've got pillows, you need to maybe bring the floor up to you. Feel free to do so. Just start to protect your right knee by having it stacked over that right ankle. Then bring the arms up to shoulder height. And then we're going to take our gaze over our right fingers. Again, softening the gaze. Doing the best you can to bring your arms down to shoulder height. And the shoulders down as well, right? So create some space between the shoulders and your ears. Feel that broadening across the chest, through the pelvis. Now we're going to drop the back palm, flip your front, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, start to reach this right arm up and over behind you. Just imagine someday those right fingertips are going to touch your left toes. And then inhale. And then as you exhale, just slowly guiding your gaze over towards your left toes. So nice and slow, easy on your neck. Take a breath in here. Exhale. And then we're going to release. We're going to bring ourselves back on up. Bring the hand down. Start to lift yourself on up. We're going to come facing forward. And we're going to take a hip opener here. So we're going to keep our right knee bent, our right foot on the earth. We're going to bend the left knee. You have some options here. You may just want to cradle your leg here. If you can, place your leg on top of your right thigh. You can feel free to do so. Otherwise, just cradling it. If you're cradling it and you want to move the hip a little bit, that's an option for you. If your foot is on top, right, you've kind of made like a little number 4. Sometimes I like to take my right palm on the bottom, the sole of my foot, my left palm on just the very end of my thigh, above my knee, and I can press using sort of a little bit of my own muscle to activate the muscles in my leg. We're opening up the outside of our left hip. So it's an isometric movement here. You can either stay here or an inhale, you can grow tall. And as you exhale, you can even hinge at your hips, just coming into a little bit of a forward fold. It's really to your degree, how your body's feeling. I'm really here to guide you and create this space for you to really discover that interconnectivity with your mind and your body. I would never want my yoga students to do anything that might harm them. So just being mindful of where you are today. Take another breath in. Exhale. And then we'll slowly bring ourselves back on up. We're going to release our left foot down. And then we're going to take the other side. So we're going to bend that right knee, crossing it over. And again, you can cradle if you want. If you didn't do that on the other side, you just kind of want to see what that feels like, making some hip circles or just holding your lower leg. Allowing that right knee to splay open here and breathing into your right outer hip. Nice deep breath in. Fill your body with breath. And exhale to release, to surrender. The exhale is the beautiful letting go. The letting go of that which we no longer need to hold on to. So one more inhale here. Exhale. And then we're going to breathe ourselves on up. We're going to uncross the leg. And for our last pose, we're just going to stand up by our chair. So you can come over to either side. You're going to hold on to your chair. Oh, actually, so my right side is alongside my chair. I'm going to make a little cut with my left hand, and then I'm going to bend my left knee, and I'm going to put my foot, turn around this way, into my hand. So here's a balance pose. You can bring your foot in towards your bum. You can just hold right here. If you want to just try to check in with your balance, or you want to release your hand, you can feel free to do so. We're opening up the front of our hip flexor, our thigh. We're balancing here. And take a breath in. Exhale. And then we're going to release. And I will come onto the other side of my chair, my left side. Alongside my chair, I'm going to make a cut with my right hand. And then I'll place my right foot into that cup. I'm going to draw my knee in towards the midline. And again, we can stay right here, again, opening up the front of our hip. We can draw the foot in towards our bum. We can release the arm, and if you just want to come into a balance, or just holding on to the chair. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in. And a slow, deep breath out. And then we are going to release that foot. And we'll come up in front of our chair. Give yourself a little shake here. And then we're going to sit back down for a seated Shavasana. So make yourself comfortable. Bringing your palms either onto your lap, or if you want to take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Or if you prefer, you can take both hands and placing them on your heart. And just close your eyes here for a moment. And just allow yourself to breathe. Do the best you can to keep your thoughts focused on your breath. So if a thought just comes into your mind, just acknowledge it, let it go. And just return to the flow of your breath coming in and out. And just allow yourself to process and integrate the practice that you've experienced this evening. And we'll just sit here quietly for a moment or two. Just doing the best you can to relax the muscles in your face, your shoulders, your torso, your legs, your feet. Staying with your breath. The breath coming in and the breath going out. And then wherever your hands are, bring your palms together, placing them at your heart center. And just give your chin a little tuck. Bring your forehead down towards your fingertips. And just allow your ego to bow to the beauty in your own heart. Namaste. May the light inside of me shine on the light inside of you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, for practicing, for being part of the Wayland community, and for just giving yourself this gift of yoga and breathing, and show gratitude for yourself. Yeah, thank you again. Thank you, Courtney,